Hello everybody, welcome to this live stream about this solar eclipse, third solar eclipse now coming up in Leo on August 11th. So we've seen a lot of global effects with these eclipses that we've been having during July and now in August. And a lot of this is because we've got this Mars retrograde going on, and Mars is so close to the Earth. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Leo is about the heart energy. Leo is about opening that heart, lifting the chest, letting your shoulders roll back, and opening to life. Not constricting and holding yourself in, but opening out. And maybe you can feel yourself doing that with me now. Let's co-create together. It really is about having some fun. And Leo is about remembering to enjoy. Remembering the joyfulness that you felt as a child. Leo rules the child within you. The playful child that's just curious and interested, and who wants to entertain and be entertained. So think about opening yourself to love. That's what I think about when I'm here with you now. How can I tune into and express the frequency of love? And that's one of the frequencies to begin to express with this new moon solar eclipse in Leo. Now, it's a fire sign. Leo is passionate. Leo is expressive, creative. You don't have to be a Leo to be affected by this solar eclipse. Oh no, not at all. It's very much, all of us are affected because it's a global thing. And it's this fire energy. We've seen fires, lots more fires. Sadly, here in Greece, California, there's been volcanoes erupting, Hawaii, all over. We're seeing an intensification of this fire energy. And sometimes this fire energy going crazy. It's uncontrolled. And of course, when something is uncontrolled, it can just go everywhere. And fire energy, when it's at an extreme, because we've got the square to Jupiter, bringing up extremes at this time, extremes of heat. Everybody in England at the moment is saying that the summer is similar to that of 1976. And I remember that well because I was doing my A-levels at that time, and it was sweltering and I had to sit inside and study. So there's a heat wave apparently going to be coming to Spain and Portugal of temperatures that haven't been seen before. So the earth is hotting up and cooling. There are the extremes going on. So there's extremes happening globally and extremes happening inside of each of us. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling extremes of polarities. Tremendous excitement and focus and knowing what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden, where's it all gone? Suddenly maybe a little deflated for a little while. So we're living in this tremendous turbulence. It really is a turbulent zone. And I don't know about you, but I don't like it very much when it gets very turbulent on an aeroplane. Some of you might like it. You might remember being on spaceships and going to different galaxies and cosmoses, and it might be nice and familiar for you. But for me, when I'm stuck in that little cubicle of a toilet on an aeroplane and all of a sudden it starts to bash around and I can hardly stand up straight and get my pants back on, that's really disturbing. And you may be feeling these vibrations. This is very much a time when you might be off balance. And Mars square Uranus is bringing up these extremes of anger, extremes of irritation, frustration, being pissed off with situations, being impatient, feeling as though things are not moving. All these energies may well be coming up for you. And so, on the one hand, let your passion out. And if you're feeling angry, it's important to get it out. Because fire energy is about releasing toxins. Fire energy is about helping the digestion to move more quickly. People with a lot of fire in their charts often have good digestive systems. Because it's fiery in there. It needs to be fire. If it's sluggish, you can't get things moving. So don't be afraid to sweat during this time. A sweat lodge, a sauna, whatever it is that you like, or in Greece, just go outside and you'll sweat very shortly. But all too often we're suppressing a fever. Things are coming to fever pitch. It's much better to let it erupt. Let the volcano inside you erupt instead of keeping a lid on it, putting a lid on it, putting another lid on it. Yeah? That is the challenge here. So how can you release this? Well, sometimes I just punch the air, punch away, just to release it. I find that physical exercise is good. Singing can be good, toning, chanting, but the body actually needs to get it out. So if you've got fever and you feel heat, great. This solar eclipse is bringing things out of you that you don't need anymore. Might be old emotions. And it's important we've got 6 planets in fixed signs. So there will be a strong tendency to want to go back to what is comfortable. And I don't know about you, but I feel as though I've got a foot in one world and a foot in another world. And there are times when I feel this strong pull, let me go back to what's comfortable, to what I know. And then I know I can't go back. It's a bit like trying to get back down the birth tunnel. Well, once you're coming out, they kind of got to get you out of there. And there's this desire to get back into that comfort zone. And giving yourself a little comfort, but not too much. And that will be the challenge. of finding the balance at the time of this solar eclipse. How to balance that energy of habitual patterns, getting up in the morning, doing your teeth, having your coffee, having your cereals, going for a walk, whatever it is, certain comforts, but then making sure you are pushing yourself a bit so that you do sweat. Yeah, it's good to sweat. It's good to exert some effort. So that's something that's going to be important. And of course, what's great about the fixed signs is it's good for consistency. It's good for achieving results. It's good for focus. So all those kinds of things are good at the time of this new moon solar eclipse. I'm also noticing that there is much more interest in astrology. Astrology, we've got these eclipses we've been having in Leo and Aquarius. Aquarius ruling astrology. And Leo, the fun, the entertainment, the pleasure, the child. Astrology is so colourful. That's what drew me to it initially. The colour, the brightness, the variety. The fact that it tells us so much about one another. What's going on? The energies. It's a playful subject, serious and playful. And now, the mainstream press are writing columns about it. It used to be that you'd have a little column where somebody writes the sun signs. And yes, I do that for Woman's Weekly once a week. I write a little column, very short column, for each of the signs. And it's just a good exercise, good practice. But now what I'm noticing is that without prompting, the Daily Express, the Mirror, various national newspapers are actually quoting myself and quoting other astrologers, picking up our stuff from YouTube and sharing it. So it's a great time to tune into what is your passion, your love, and to turn that hobby into something that can be income producing. I can't tell you the number of people who told me, you make a living as an astrologer? Well, there were many years that I didn't. And I kept going anyway because I love it. And it's about consistency. You'll see that for 10 years now, I have been posting videos regularly. So there's the consistency side, the regularity. And I'm going to be posting more because I realize that it's important to keep sharing the passion, keep sharing the love. And it changes all the time. That's what I love about this, is to remember that you are changing all the time. Somehow with all these fixed signs, you might feel as though things are stuck and not moving. But they are moving. Sometimes they move externally and events push you to move. Or you can push yourself to move and to stretch beyond boundaries. You know how it is when you're training or doing something. You think you can't do that extra 10 seconds holding a weight or that extra half mile. And then you suddenly find that you can. So this is very much about breaking through and finding that as you break through, release the toxic emotions. Release the things that you think you shouldn't express. I mean, I have to be honest now. I had a little break in Bavaria, where I've got some dear friends, and it was very peaceful there. And I've come back to Greece, and it's loud, and it's noisy, and it's busy, which is great. It's a different frequency. And at the same time, big lorries and trucks, as you call them in America. I hate them. They're loud and stinky and smelly, and they vibrate. And I have a reaction when I can see one coming. So now, at the moment, and I'm sure this will change, I allow myself to swear loudly at the truck and the driver, or whatever. And I just get it out. Fire energy, get it out. And if people understand my swear words here in Greece, well, so be it. I don't know many swear words in Greek except for Malaka. But just remember that this is a wonderful time to release toxicity. And when you release toxicity, you feel great afterwards, don't you? It's like, woo! You could fly. So this is really an opportunity to reignite your passion, the heat inside of you. Leo rules romance. And you know what romance does? When you feel your heart beating with enthusiasm, with excitement. It could be for a person, but it could also be for something you're doing that makes you feel fabulous. Astrology does that for me. Music, painting, art, nature, in a more peaceful way. So tune into what makes you feel excited. Blow off all your irritations and frustrations as they come up. So as they keep coming up, which they probably will, Mars square Uranus, blow them off. Remember to keep blowing off. Don't let them build up. You know what it's like when somebody has built up all kinds of stuff in a relationship. And then it all comes out in one go. And the poor person at the receiving end feels like they've just been shot or murdered. So try not to allow it to compress inside of you. And playfully, laughingly, have your tantrum like a little child. And it's amazing how quickly it passes. I get angry when cars don't let me go as a pedestrian. You know, they can see that I've got heavy bags. And no, the bloody car shoots in front of me. So now I swear at them. Briefly, and it's over. It's out and it's over. So make sure you get it out, because Mars square Uranus otherwise can bring unpleasant arguments, accidents, things that you don't want to have. So this is a good way, if we can be aware of it, to keep yourself fresh and clean and healthy and well and passionate. And it also keeps the heart open. Because when you're angry and irritated, there's a tension. So, I got so excited here, I've hardly had time to even look at your comments, and so many of you are making lovely comments here and sharing things. So time to get hot. Spice up your life. Know what it's like when you eat something spicy? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah? The sunshine, the hot sun, it opens you. So anything that helps you to relax, to open that heart, this is your key at the time of this solar eclipse. So from my heart to yours, may your heart be open. May we connect on a deep level. And I'm so grateful to have this time with you. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back again soon. I appreciate you commenting and sharing. And you could always comment on my community page. And so, with love, with joy, with passion, I wish you a beautiful weekend. And I'll just say, bye for now.